Welcome back. We're at the end of chapter 3, just about to go into the 4th chapter. We have 1 day left, and really what we do with it is not that important. We're going to increase personal bonds of someone. Let's see, Signy, you're not quite there. Speaking of Signy, we just put out a video, how to play for Signy. And if you're interested in those types of videos, guides to play certain characters, maybe we'll spend time with Winter, then let me know in the comments. I'll link up here in the upper right hand corner the video. Unlocks the uncommon resources. I'm not so sure that I want the target dummy granting fleet. Not for 2. I mean, it would help us get away from the target dummy, but I don't necessarily use it to run away. I use it more as a distraction to gather up the enemies and allow him to pick off some things. So Basanius, looks like we get the iridescent ink from Grimoire mode. I'm guessing that's kind of like an endless mode. You know what? Let's go and talk to Quinn. And I believe Quinn's gonna be down here with Levant. Or not Levant, with Theo. Let's go ahead and get this going. Kay, how does the day find you? I know, I keep spouting titles. I'm afraid I'm going to need some time to adjust.
Fair assessment.
Alright. I don't suppose you've ever been to Armalise proper, Sir Kay. Again, just Kay, please. Aside from that, no, I haven't. I never got any chances to travel abroad, even back when Father was still alive. Oh, I think you'd find yourself enjoying the visit, especially now. Some may doubt the wisdom of Her Grace's actions, but I'm proud to have served under her. So far, the current Duchess has been nothing but committed at creating a better future for not just the nobles, but all of her people. Good people, too, the Armalisians, even if they tend to lose themselves in the small things. What do you mean? The Sea of Armel summons a great many people to our shores. Our needs only walk a dozen paces along a major port to realize the opportunity these ships bring with them. No matter what garbage you may peddle, there's always someone out there who may need it. In Candelaria, they say there's always a buyer waiting to be discovered. The trick question here, then, is not quite how much, but who.
Right.
There's a sucker born every minute, huh?
Let's go with that.
I suppose some choose to interpret it that way, yes. Of course, I do a disservice to my countrymen by making an absurd blanket statement. Instead, let's just say that some like chasing their coin a bit too much. At least that should be healthy for the duchy's coffer. Gee, way to paint yourself as a bunch of soul-soaking. Yeah. No, only one. It is after a fashion. As you can imagine, however, not every business is concluded above board. Perchance, are you an enthusiast of sailing then, sir? Kay. No. I've never sailed either. Not for sport, at least. But you are not opposed to it? Why would I be? There are cultures of men across the sea that hold strange beliefs about the goings-on under the water. Monstrous, grotesque beliefs, with promises of teeth and venom. They make skin peel off your back in horror. For someone whose job involves being pretty far away from the sea, you seem to know a lot about those, beliefs. But it is part of a simple chain. From the tavern to a city guard to a palace dignitary, those all end in the reach of ears, or those all end reach the ears of the court eventually. I get to hear our stories, like that daily, believe me. Part of the everyday humdrum. Really? I could swear that there was a certain degree of enthusiasm when you brought that up. I think I may be losing my voice here. I did, 4 episodes worth of that one game about the Wizard Academy. Not the usual game I'd play, but it's pure story, and I think I got quite a bit of footage, nearly an hour straight talking. Then I went on to do a couple of other things, and now I'm doing this. Maybe this episode will cut short, and if it does, I'm sorry. But watch for the next one if that happens. Make sure you're subscribed, all that, to make sure you get the notification. Otherwise, just watch for it to come out. But to continue with this, well, there's nothing wrong in indulging in a tall tale or two, is there?
Quite true.
You are right, though. I'm afraid that's part of the charm, having a mariner for a father. Oh, what stories he would spin. Mother would have none of it. He may have been a fearless salesman, but also knew better than to anger her. She was one of the islanders raised to respect the deep. You see, the minute Father started talking about the mysterious depths and the terrible monsters, she would descend on him like an outraged tabaka. "You'll give him nightmares," she'll yell. But we weren't scared. We loved his stories. To our endless chagrin, we would spend days imagining ourselves to be heroes slaying ancient horrors, bold, courageous knights with sticks for weapons, ready to vanquish evil. We? Your siblings, I assume? Oh, yes. My departed brother, Lago, 5 years my elder, and someone I was proud to call kin, but he was struck down by one of those illnesses that we know no cure.
Those were the days.
Looking back at these days now, without him, without Lago, I do not think I would have become who I am right now. He is sorely missed. Let's see. I've lost someone too. Oh, I did not expect a triple. You have, haven't you? Your father. Well, I wish I had the right words
My
right now.
My apologies.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to sour the mood. Now is not the time to speak of the dead. Come, there are far more joyous matters to discuss. I like how the music kind of cut out for that. So that's our last day of chapter 3. Here we go. How's that treasure thing going along? We're working on it. Good, good.
What?
You approve? Don't you think that it's an unreliable cop-out that'll lead us to abandoning your kingdom at best? Why, of course not. Everyone loves money. Me, I sure did. And if you try something funny, pow! Right in the kisser.
Let's see.
That'd be swell. Anyway, during the last 2 months, you have achieved...
Everything seems to be in order.
Yay!
Great success! Chapter complete! Little K raising his hand to the beams of light.
Yay! Looks like everything's in order. The cruisy fellow will be pleased. I don't think we've seen him in a while. That's good, isn't it? Oh, he's here.
Mr. Crucy, I wasn't told you were coming.
My, how things change. Not that long ago, this place was but ashes and debris. Yet now one can almost plant a foot without stepping in dung.
Mr. Crucy?
You have done a commendable job cleaning the verdigris. People are settling in. A modicum of trade has appeared. And you have rebuilt the castle and its surroundings in surprisingly adequate time, no less.
We all try our best.
Indeed, which leads me to believe I may have to reconsider my approach to your debts.
Oh?
Your industrious actions made it clear that there was some unfortunate leniency in our agreement. Therefore, henceforth, the furtive union shall triple your monthly installments.
What?
Adversity brought great prospects out of this domain. Why lose the momentum? If anything, it will help you repay your obligations faster.
But this is madness!
Madness? This is business, Sir Kay.
That evil grin.
I shall contact you again in 3 months. Do not disappoint. Farewell.
Well then.
Ho! Are you alright, Sonny? Just so you know, I heard everything. I always do. Even when you bathe and snore, and when you, well, do everything else. Quit blank-facing me, son. Rise and smell the ashes. We have a job to do. This isn't the end of the world, you know. We'll adapt. We can manage. And maybe, just maybe, look into that treasure that sister of yours mentioned, huh?
We don't even know if that's a thing.
Yeah, but I'd still try. In the meantime, like I said, we'll have to adapt. Treasure or no, time's a waste. We'll have to work extra hard now.
You really lived in a better time, didn't you?
In my time, things were resolved at sword point. The only form of currency was a punch to the throat. Jolly good times indeed.
Doesn't sound like I would enjoy them anyhow.
Enough of this jibber-jabber. With what happened, I want you to...
Okay, so have 7+ Kingdom Quests completed, which is not 3 times as much as I was fearing. Your deadline for the objectives, Song Day, 28, okay. We have 55 days left.
Busier than usual.
I did say we were gonna work extra hard. So off you go! Fight the power! Or something.
I need to talk to the rest first. And that's how it went.
Ooh, the nerve on that man. What an outrageously unrepentant asshole. I swear, I don't know whether I want to murder or marry that bastard.
Yeah, moving on. There's no guarantee he won't pull that off again. Either we work ourselves to death or choose to pursue some risks.
Gambling?
Horse racing?
Excessively brutal gladiatorial combat to the death?
Oh, I love Elaine's little comments.
What? No, I'm talking about that whole ancient family treasure thing.
Oh, right.
It seems we have little choice. We must double our efforts.
What happened to looking into whether or not this debt was even legitimate?
In the meantime, myth or no, we'll have to treat that treasure thing more seriously.
Right. Still working on that. Nevertheless, we'll go deeper.
Yep.
If anything, Crucy's deeds prove you are doing something right, young master. Has he not told you that himself?
You know, I'm pretty sure that was just to spite us.
Also a possibility.
At least those guys from the Unity won't pester us anymore.
Nope. Here they are.
Aha! There you are! People of Unity, assume the position!
Griffith?
Yes, Master K?
Is there a god of bad luck?
Why, yes. I believe certain regions of Minway worship one.
I feel like I need to subscribe to his newsletter.
No more babbling! We're here on important business, yes we are!
Bread! Go, Toffee!
Why the hell are you people here again? Haven't we done enough for you already?
The voice of oppression speaks again! Oh, watch out, lady!
Please, can't we all just calm down?
Yes, we can! And yes, that's true. You proved a competent builder with that rebuilding effort of yours. Good job on that.
He did?
He did, you dolt! But this changes nothing. We won't be swayed by the government's blatant appeasement.
Yeah! Whatever that means!
Isn't that exactly what you asked us to do?
But there is yet more to be done. You see, as a collective, we are not entirely convinced whether you can appropriately represent our ongoing goals and long-term interests.
Someone's been hitting the thesaurus.
What sort of long-term interests are we talking about?
You can build a house, that much is true. But can you build a consensus?
What?
I'm talking about governance, lad. A community needs someone to pass judgment, someone to bring down law, a voice to resolve our disputes. Are you a bad enough dude for that? Huh? I think not.
So, if I understood it correctly, you want me to tell you what to think?
No! Actually, yeah, that sounds pretty close to what I want, yeah.
Come on, it's human nature. Don't you want to judge things? Not even a little bit?
No.
But I have a very important issue that needs solving.
So do I. Yeah, even though I'm an able adult, I'm going to stand here and complain loudly until someone gives me a solution.
All right, I'll do it.
Ugh, that's great. Because, purely by accident, of course, we have a case just for you.
Is that the only reason why you came here in the first place? Why'd you get no respect, Kay?
Hey, cut me some slack, will you? It's not like I'm in a position of power that will enable me to actively gain their... Oh.
May I? Out there's a damn huge patch of contested land. It's an arable gold mine waiting to happen. Waiting, mind you. It isn't being used.
Why's that?
You see, there's a problem with ownership. Two rival families claim to have settled the land long, long ago and both treat it like their own. The end result is, nobody really uses it. Junk is flying high and low, folks refuse to listen, and good land's a-wasting. That's not good at all. Anyhow, this is where you need to lay down the smackdown, Mr. Lauren. This dung's been going on for far too long. You should meet with them and talk some common sense straight into their heads. Here, I'll show you on the map.
What makes you think they'll listen?
You're the fat cat here. That's your power, your mojo. Also, we tried to get a Shadurian philosopher to talk sense to them, but it ended in a tar and feather treatment.
He screamed like a little girl. Or so I heard.
Well, that's it. Good luck, you. People of Unity?
Wait, I still don't know. Well, in fact, I don't know anything at all.
Just go there and be kingly. Let real life sort things out, you know? Like your grand-somethings. People of Unity, roll out!
Yeah, I really like her voice actress. They hired someone good for that.
Mark my words, this is not the last time we've heard from them.
The noose tightens. Again.
Okay, we need to not only get the 7+ Kingdom quest, we need to complete the feud.
Hey, will of the people, right? Time to get to work.
Alright, personal bond has grown stronger. And it looks like she's almost ready to reach that. Let's see. Shield Slam's extra damage effect is now calculated as 1% per 3 shields. Okay. A new diplomatic missive. Oh. We have 2. Yes. And this is Lortimar versus Shadu, which we are 1 away from getting that. Okay. So unlock the scroll in a number of numerous, increasingly smaller containers, almost to the point of comical paranoia. My Lord Lauren, I am writing this not out of some petty self-interest, but out of the sense of duty to the noble institution that you, of course, represent. Well, I cannot be considered an impartial party in this matter. I implore you to wage your following course of action carefully. It is hard to put into words this curious twist of fate. Perhaps brevity should be the most prudent approach here. To keep the long story short, I have found a rather unusual foundling hiding in my study, a young girl, but not just any girl. She is Her Royal Highness Wintelma, Princess of the Kingdom of Lortimar, second daughter to the incumbent King Ronal the Fourth. This child barely 15 of age here, and she wants to learn magic from me. I have no idea how she ended up here in Rashtil, nor what her reasons for escaping. She remains very tightly lipped about these things and very, very stubborn to boot. The fact of the matter remains, however, that she refuses to go back to Lortimar, all while begging me to continue her spellcasting, or to become her spellcasting teacher. While I acknowledge her right to self-determination, my conscience does not allow me to decide by myself on this matter, especially not when national politics are at stake. I have discreetly made contact with a friend in the ex-church of Shadu, a well-established researcher at Lyceum Sonat. Should you decide to agree to the young lady's wishes, my friend will be able to take her in permanently and without any unnecessary questions. Regardless of your ultimate decision, I have complete trust in your judgment, my lord. Cordially, Tamika Fulviatina, Town Enchantress of Old Gotham. Why not? That'll get us our 3rd point. Oh. And this is Alfheimer versus the Empire. And with them... Yeah, we're pretty much going straight for Alfheimer, aren't we? Okay. We can do that. Let's see. Who is sending this? Farmer Millhound of... Okay. Dear Lord Lauren, I'm writing to you from the village of Inge's Rest. I doubt you'd have heard about us. Might we're many, what a many river settlements on the way to the biting sea. You know the type, I'm sure. It's all about who has the biggest mill around. Anyway, back to business. An elven ship was spotted near the villages. I gotta speed this up. Far up the stream, prompting us to go into high alarm. However, here is where the tale gets weird. Apparently, this particular coterie, they call themselves the Elkhart, I believe, insists on methodically approaching each individual village along the river course. Not for the purpose of raiding, but for striking some nonsensical deal. And believe me, I'm dead serious when I write it's nonsensical. Who in their right mind would want to trade cobwebs and a ball of twine? Here, we don't even know what to think anymore, with these elves haven't done any harm, yet. All these weird exchanges make me worry even more so than if they'd actually been attacked. It's just crazy. I mean, how does that make any sense? The elves are raiders, killers, butchers. What do they even need that junk for? Can you help us with this, my lord? Right now, we all hope for that this message can reach you before the ship approaches Inge's Rest. We'll do whatever you deem appropriate in either case. I pray this won't come back to bite us. Best, Farmer Millhound of Inge's Rest. Okay. Let's just don't intervene. Allow the Elkhart to trade freely with oddities. So, I mean, that's freedom. Promise protection and deny... No. I mean, even if I weren't pushing, I'd still go for this. So, reputation increased. Alright. Now, before I do anything else, let's take a look at our kingdom quests here. Okay. So, 15 plus 7, we need 22 complete total. We have 11, 18, 19, 21, 22. Then why don't I have this done? Because it's 5, 5, 5, 7. 15 plus 7, 22. I should reasonably have that done. Oh well. Okay, we need to start reaching level 4. Was there anything else down here? Nope. And what happens when I do reach level 4? Every level grants you an item. So we just keep getting items. Oh well. Let's go ahead and head out. And we have a couple of exclamation marks here. I think I'll go town square.
Tell me, are you of House Lauren?
That's us. Did you need something?
Excellent. Look alive, crew! This is the place where dreams come to die and shatter and be reborn in hundredfold little pieces, like a symphony of good and bad, but mostly bad.
I'm liking this guy. Maybe it is too late.
Yes, this is Escalia. If you're looking for a job, I'm afraid the circus is packed up already.
Ha! Tongues like swords. Valen likes it here already.
Are you guys bandits?
Rogues? Perhaps. Bandits? No. You are in the presence of the Pirate King of Mereware himself, Valen Alsigan.
The one, the only, Lord of the Sea Wolves.
Yeah, that's... I don't know if I could do a Norwegian accent.
Dragon on the sea!
Thanks, boys. But Valen believes that stacking titles is a sign of egomania. And like Valen likes to say, Valen will always be just Valen.
Isn't he awesome?
Isn't he awesome?
Pirates? But aren't you a little far away from the sea?
I've heard that it's not uncommon for the elves to navigate rivers. Maybe that's the case here.
And, you know, that's exactly what Vikings would do to England. Vikings would apparently go up the rivers, pillage the undefended areas because everyone was too busy defending the coast, but not the actual rivers.
Ah, but why the cruel approach? Don't you see it only flences the mystique?
Uh-huh.
Valen carries the sea with him, wherever he goes. No storm is too big, no land is too dry, for our hearts are made of brine.
Why do you talk about yourself in the...
A little bird told Valen that you fancy yourself a friend to elves.
Even if we're different, it's a relationship worth fighting for.
Then House Lauren and the crew of Aescaro share a belief. That said, Valen holds no love for Alphamere.
Aren't all elves part of Alphamere?
Aye. They'd make you think that, wouldn't they? I suppose Valen is something of a rebel then. A free spirit, unbound by tales of some mysterious kingdom. But most of all, he's a pirate. Ain't that right, guys?
Yeah, you're the base captain.
He's like a big blue clown, isn't he?
I don't know. There's something odd about him.
Wonder if he's a prince.
Well, what do you need of us then, Sir Valen?
This is a tale unknown to countless generations. A kingdom is lost. A kingdom is rebuilt. The rightful king returns, righting the wrongs. The people rally. The fair folk bend their knees before him. All this is a dream, a story. And Valen wants to be part of that story.
It's actually pretty commendable.
You want to join us?
Quite certainly, yes. Alas, Valen will have to leave his fearless crew behind. But they know he will return. So all is well.
Captain will be waiting. Leave the Escaros to us, sire.
Now, the only uncertainty left is your answer.
If he's a rebel, this may cause some diplomatic repercussions with Alphamere.
He strikes me as the sort of man who only wants to be free. That can't be that bad, right?
He's a pirate. He robs people for a living.
Yes, but he doesn't seem like the bad kind of pirate, you know?
What does that even mean?
Gwendolyn, sometimes you're the only smart one around.
He robs only the richest, my dear. On that point, Valen appears to be something of an unrepentant rogue.
That doesn't make it better.
Alas, your answer?
I wouldn't mind another skilled fighter, to be honest. Welcome aboard, Sir Valen.
Hear that, guys? That's the sound of a glorious new chapter opening.
Specifically Chapter 4.
Despair not. It's not time for goodbyes yet. Know this. You will always be in Valen's thoughts. Because we're all brothers. To the last man. Valen salutes you, gentlemen.
Captain. You are awesome, Captain. We will be waiting, Captain.
I wonder if we'll ever get somebody normal for a change.
Quinn was pretty normal. Okay. One more.
What the hell is that infernal noise?
It's the lady from Shedu!
What?
Shedu! The lady from Shedu! She insisted on improving our armory!
And you just let her?
Yes, she did. Why on earth would you do that?
She had a spanner!
Crap! The door's locked!
Is it me or is the floor vibrating?
Oh, here comes a big one, Doc!
Nothing's happening? Do you think it's safe to...
I've done it! I successfully installed a machine that automatically does the weapon racks!
You... What?
Why are you guys crouching? Oh, I see. You must be KF House Lauren.
What made you realize? His valiant floor hugging?
Yes, that's me.
Pleased to meet ya. I'm Esther. Boy, I'm so glad you agreed to our academic exchange program. I can't wait to see how things are handled here in Rashtil.
I agreed to that?
The ex-Charté insisted. She's here as our official diplomatic guest from Shedu. An excellent opportunity to tighten our relations, if you ask me.
Ah, so she's the one. Pleased to meet you, Miss Esther.
Oh, hello. So you're a wizard, miss?
Just Esther, thank you. And no, my work is more of the mundane kind.
Eh?
I'm an engineer, or rather a machinist. There's plenty of cogs, clockwork, and metal involved. An ounce of magic may be out there too, but mostly it's just steam.
I thought most of the people of Shedu were wizards.
Bingo! Most of them. Not me, though. What I do is science at its purest. The bright spirit of human ingenuity. I mean, why use magic when you can construct a machine to do magic for you?
Why indeed?
It's infinitely more reliable, too.
What?
Excuse me. I think my machine may have,
That's poor timing.
permission to go clean the armory, Sir Kay?
Sure.
Once again, I'm glad to be here. I'm so looking forward to working with you. See you later!
I'm also looking forward to dealing
Why
with...
am I not surprised that you like her?
You could try being nice for a change, sis. It won't kill you, you know.
Yes, but I'm sure the imminent explosion of one of her machines will.
Hold on. She said it was an academic exchange program, right?
And I'm wondering... Yeah, I was wondering who did we send?
That's correct.
Well, then whom did we send?
Shichiroji.
You're screwing with me.
No.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, then how?
They sent him back.
Oh! There it is. Oh, that's funny. That made me happy. Now, I'm excited about our 2 new characters, so before we go on to the next episode, if you haven't already, perhaps subscribe, like, comment, or share. It always helps the channel out if you do that. Also, let's take a look. We have Valen and Esther. So Esther, she has a boomstick. Do not mess with my boomstick. Alright, let's take a look at her abilities. I don't know what she'll do. Oh, that's cutting off. Applies, whatever it is, applies energized to an ally for 2 turns. If used on an ally, all applies empowered for 1 turn and grants an extra activation if used on Esther's contraption. So she's gonna spot. Ooh, I love when I love turret-based characters. Spawns a landmine at a chosen location if used on an empty tile. Mine spawned by this ability applies stun for 1 turn and marked for 2 turns to any target that passes through. Okay. She'd actually go well with what's with Diego. Penetrating round deals variable damage to all targets. Deals 150% base damage is physical. That's a large amount of damage. Each consecutive target hit receives 50% less weapon damage. Alright. Concussive charge. 3-turn cooldown deals 50% base damage as thunder to all targets in the area of effect. Affected targets are pushed back 2 tiles. This one has a 0 cooldown? Does this... I can't tell if that has a cooldown. Deploys a contraption at target location. Deploying another contraption removes the first one thrown the battlefield. And what is this? It grants empowered on contraptions. Aeon Stop deploys the Aeon Clock prototype, stopping time and allowing Esther to move freely around the battlefield until the end of her activation. This skill does not consume an activation. That's interesting. Let's see. You know, she does thunder damage. We can do that. And thunder resistance, sure. Let's do this. You can just load. Now, with her laying contraptions, she may not need the shields as much as other people. She may actually need initiative more. But we'll still get the shields per turn until we probably start morphing some things. +2 dodge. We have 6% free. Alright. I mean, she's going to be a damaging beast. In fact, let's compare her right now. 337 to 440. And if we compare her to Signy, I mean, she's pretty good at versus that. Ooh, she has an extra slot. Let's go ahead. We'll do Brawler. Okay. Next up is Valen. I'm actually really excited to go and try Esther out. 60% damage is ice to all targets in the area of effect. Gale Dance. Alright. Throw a spear dealing 110% base damage is ice. The target is pushed back by 6 tiles minus the number of tiles between the user and the target. Okay. Deals 50% and pulls to all enemies in range and pulls them 5 tiles towards the user. User gains preparation. On the following turn, the user may activate this ability again, performing a meteoric leap at the chosen location, dealing 80% base damage as thunder to all targets in the area of effect. And Cannonade. Marks a spot on the ground at the end of the following turn. Deals 200% base damage as target to any target standing in the previously marked area. You know, this is one I think. Let's make sure we don't get weakened. And then add some resistance. This is a character I think would actually pair really well with other characters who control the battlefield. And for that reason, I actually don't think initiative is the best thing for this character to have. Let's see. Instead, yeah, ignoring 10% of the resistance is nice. Having that accuracy, considering if I miss something that's being prepared, it's a waste of 2 turns. Yeah. I'm less excited about Valen, although I really like Valen's character. I like both of their characters. And so, if you're enjoying this, we're going to be doing another episode. I am recording this in bulk. So long as my voice lasts. We'll see how long that happens. Until then, as always, have fun.